Good morning and welcome to the JMCSS podcast for the district. I'm Greg Hammond, Chief of Public Information for Jackson Madison County Schools. This morning we are visiting with Sara Billingsley. She teaches English, speech, and yearbook at Madison Academic High School. Now, Madison is a level 5 school and ranked in the top 10 statewide. This year, the Mustangs will celebrate 20 years of excellence in academics, athletics, and the arts. And also this morning, we'll hear from two very special students from the Madison campus. A reminder for the district, the JMCSS podcast is a production of the Jackson Madison County School System in partnership with Forever Communications. You can listen to this episode and previous episodes on Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Sara Billingsley, welcome to For the District.
Yes, thank you so much for having us this morning.
Now, let us know who you have with you to your right.
I am so proud to bring with me Beth Myers. She's a senior at Madison Academic this year, and Ximena Acosta, that you'll hear from later, she's also a senior at Madison. Both stellar students and contributing students as well to the campus.
Now, both Ximena, who you'll meet in a minute, and Beth are members, or they lead the yearbook staff?
Yes, I'm the advisor for Madison's yearbook, and Ximena and Beth and Shelby Ballard, who couldn't be with us today, but Ximena Acosta and Beth Myers serve as yearbook editors for our staff, and they do a fantastic job.
Again, we're visiting with Sara Billingsley and the students at Madison Academic High School. However, following the script, Sara, that we always follow, when we have a guest on, we ask them, did they always know they wanted to work in education? So let me preface my next statement by saying that we have JCM graduates on the podcast all the time. We give them their minutes of fame. We have Northside graduates on the podcast. We give them their minutes of fame. So fun fact, folks out in South Jackson may know Miss Billingsley as Sarah Doris, Southside graduate. So Sara, tell us, did you always know you wanted to work in education?
Yes and no. My mom is Judy Doris, the fantastic Judy Doris. She is a local legend to Southside High School, and so she instilled in me from the beginning the importance of education and investing in students and being a part of that, which I always admired from my mom. So yes, when I went to Union University, I'm a proud Union graduate as well. I did. I thought that. A brief stint in the communications department, but I knew very quickly that there was a higher calling to education, and I've never once looked back. So absolutely, for many, many years.
On behalf of Beth and Ximena and all the students in Madison Academic, they know you made the right choice. So thank you for teaching, and thank you for choosing JMCSS. Now, there's a big alumni weekend coming up on the campus at Madison Academic. Wow, time flies. Celebrating 20 years of Madison Academic being a school here in the Hub City. So, Beth, let us know, what is this alumni weekend about, and when will it take place?
Our alumni weekend, it's for alumni, of course, but also the whole community. Awesome. You know, we want this to be a big event for everyone. It's taking place October 28th. We're going to have a lot of fun activities planned. We're having food trucks, as well as, 20 years. These people have families, so we have stuff for the kids, petting zoos, trunk or treats, as well as explaining what Madison's all about. We're having a student life fair. The different clubs will have different booths and share what they do at Madison. It's going to be great. Now,
Beth, you're on a different campus than the class of 04 was on.
Yes.
For folks who may be hearing this on the radio or on the podcast and they haven't visited the new campus, Madison Academic on the campus of the University of Memphis-Lambeth. Tell us about the new campus.
The new campus, it's very different from our old campus. It's 3 stories. It's all brand new. It's very beautiful, but also getting to be on that college campus is a really cool experience. If you take dual enrollment, I'll be taking psychology next semester, so I'll get to actually go on the campus into these college classrooms and learn that way.
We're visiting with Sara Billingsley. She teaches English, speech, and yearbook at Madison Academic, along with a pair of students. You'll meet Ximena Acosta in a moment. We're visiting with Beth Myers right now. They're here to tell us about the big alumni weekend taking place October 28th at the new Madison Academic. What time of day will that kick off?
Our alumni weekend will kick off that Saturday on the 28th from 1 to 6. We are looking from 1 to 3, focused on more family-friendly events, I guess you should say. There's a petting zoo. There's going to be our SGA is going to put on a trunk or treat. We're going to have a student life fair going on. As Greg mentioned earlier, we've got we're on a different campus than Madison started 20 years ago. So we've got the campus open for tours, the new campus open for tours. Composites will be available for classmates to gather and look at memories from years ago. So, and then from 3 to 6, the event will host alumni concerts. We've got 2 very wonderfully talented alumni coming back to lead us in concerts, and they've kind of made it big for themselves, and especially in our eyes. And so we'll host that on our steps as you're coming into the Madison campus. So just a fun time for alumni to get together and reunite and to reminisce and to celebrate the bond that holds them together, which is Madison Academic.
Now, we're having this conversation early enough that when the word gets out, there'll be a big crowd there. But again, it's cool because Madison Academic is located on the University of Memphis campus. Now, all the classes there at Madison, fun fact, every class at Madison is an honors class. From the teacher perspective, Sara, let me ask you, what goes into a teacher's mindset when you know, hey, this is an honors class, the expectation is that the rigor will be high. Your expectations and your mindset as a teacher, because, all 4 blocks, it's honors material.
Absolutely. When you sit down to think about, what's ahead for the semester or the week, the month at a time, I think that I could say and speak on behalf of the teachers at Madison that we do have those high expectations for our students. We come with rigorous activities, expectations. I think is another big thing that teachers set for students, and so many of the times, the majority of the times, those students meet and exceed those expectations, which is unique about Madison because students are choosing to be there for the most part. Maybe a mom or two is nudging them in that way, but students want to get there. They want to be there. They want to be with kind of like-minded students around, and that's just a really special place where you can come and push students and excel and. So that's the unique part about being in the all honors.
So, Sara, you started out teaching at Tigert, but you're in your 11th year at Madison, correct?
Yes, I'm 21 years with the district.
Awesome.
Yes.
So, Beth, when we hear that all of the classes are honors levels classes, there may be this perception that a Madison student only has time for academics in the classroom and academics at home for homework. That may be the perception out there. Beth, tell us the reality about the balance for students at Madison.
Well, definitely the reality is that it's not all homework. We have lots of activities. So many well-rounded people go to Madison. Sports, the arts, as well as homework. And we do take that seriously, but that's not everything. It's great to be around people that are what am I thinking? They're like very determined to do all these things and make good names for themselves.
And what I've found in interviewing students at Madison Academic, there's a similar focus that they know there's a high expectation, but you all are getting through it together.
Yes.
And so you kind of pull each other across the finish line, which I think is cool. which that introduces our commercial break, which is actually a feature. Let's spend a few minutes on the campus at Madison Academic. First up, you're going to hear from the principal, Chad Guthrie, and you'll also hear from students at Madison Academic. Listen in.
In terms of secondary education, whether public, private, Madison Academic is in the top 10 in the state of Tennessee.
Madison is all about preparing you for your next step after high school.
Madison Academic is all about the academic drive. All the students here are pushing themselves to be the best version of themselves.
Madison Academic is all about time management. Everything is centered around your schoolwork. You know, you're gonna have basketball games after school, you're gonna have band practice. But also on top of that, you're gonna have the rigors of going to an academic school. You're gonna have projects and homework.
At Madison Academic, 100% of our classes are honors level classes.
Madison Academic is tough, but it's worth it.
It's a community that's catered to everybody's differences and strengths. Whether you struggle in a certain class, there's always going to be somebody who's going to be there to help you because the teachers and staff truly do want to see you succeed.
We do concentrate on ACT, which for parents means more scholarship dollars, less money out of pocket. And many of our students leave Madison with at least a semester of college credit. This is done through our teachers here, University of Memphis teachers on their site, and online courses that you can take while sitting in a classroom here at Madison.
This year, Madison is having their first year having a skinny block where we can have time to practice sports and get tutoring from teachers.
Madison Academic is also home to the boys 2023 state soccer champions.
I chose Madison Academic because I felt like if everyone's on the same level academically, we shouldn't have a problem pushing each other to achieve our successful goal.
I think it's worth it because when it comes time to applying to colleges, you realize how truly advanced Madison makes you.
The value of a Madison Academic diploma is very high.
Madison Academic's all about opportunity, allowing one to have a space and environment to reach their desired goal in the future.
We're going to do various things throughout the year to celebrate Madison's 20th anniversary, and go Mustangs.
Go Mustangs.
Welcome back to the JMCSS podcast for the district. You were listening to students from Madison Academic along with the principal, Chad Guthrie. Madison Academic is a level 5 school and they're ranked in the top 10 statewide among schools. The Mustangs are celebrating 20 years of excellence in academics, arts, and athletics. And we continue our conversation with Sara Billingsley. She's English teacher. She's a speech teacher, and she also oversees yearbook at Madison Academic. And Ximena Acosta, which if you follow sports at all, you know she is a soccer star in the district. Ximena, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
So before our feature with Mr. Guthrie, you know, I asked Beth Myers about that balance at Madison. A lot of people may think that you only have time for the academic rigor. Talk about the balance. I mean, you're a soccer star, but you're also making the grade. So talk about your mindset as a student athlete at Madison.
Yeah. I mean, at times it can be like a bit difficult trying to balance that because like I practice and then I have to go home and do my homework, or I have a late soccer game and I have to travel like 45 minutes. So trying to balance that can be difficult. But I think at the end of the day, it's definitely worth it because academics at Madison is just super high. And it honestly prepares me for the future. But I also love soccer and I love my soccer team. I have a great coach. So it just like honestly balances itself out. Like at the end of the day, it's worth staying up a few extra hours past 9 o'clock to like finish up my homework or something.
Now, the conversation this morning has been about Madison Academic celebrating 20 years of excellence. And if you're going to tell your friends about Alumni Weekend on October 28th, also give them some context. So, Ximena, the girls soccer team has made the state tournament several years in a row.
Yes.
The boys soccer team won the state tournament this past season. Cross country has made the state cross country meet 16 years in a row, if I remember correctly. And certainly on the track side of things, this past year in pole vault, yes, Madison earned gold, and the track team has just been very successful. So whether you think about academics, athletics, or the arts, Sara, I'm sure you have to beam with pride as a teacher on campus. Just your thoughts, 20 years of history there at Madison Academic, but I don't know, the last 5 to 10 years have been very significant. Your thoughts as you think back on the success of the school in, Dr. King likes to call it, our superintendent, Dr. Marlon King, he likes to call it AAA, academics, athletics, and the arts. As you ponder that, what comes to your mind?
Oh yeah, instantly. I think that that Madison Academic produces such well-rounded students. Like you've heard from Beth and Ximena here today, both involved in numerous activities, lead countless activities as they get to upper level junior and senior years, and teachers are able to entrust those with those leadership skills, those leadership roles. And again, that is just the beauty of Madison Academic, is that these students are so driven. They're able to take on, just like Ximena has said, able to balance and use her time management skills. And again, a well-rounded student can participate. She also leads the student government as president, and she and Beth together are yearbook editors. So there's countless roles. The bell rings at 2:15, but their day continues with numerous roles. And again, just such a cool thing that Madison can produce that kind of a student that's so well versed as they are.
Alumni Weekend at Madison Academic is October 28th. Write it down. Alumni Weekend, October 28th. They're inviting all Madison alumni and the community. So it started with the class of 04. Ximena and Beth are the class of 2024. Mm-hmm. And so celebrating 20 going on 21 years. And what is protocol? You're the class president, so am I supposed to salute? What is protocol there, Ximena?
I don't think there's any protocol to it.
I do want to know, tell us about running for class president and the fun involved, but also the challenges.
Well, here's a little secret. Nobody ran against me. So it was just kind of...
intimidated.
I didn't have to campaign or anything. Like, I just won it. So, but, I guess, I don't know, maybe they were scared to run. I don't know. Or I was telling one of my classmates, I was like, don't run. Like, please let me just get it. I was telling Jack that.
Yeah.
Well, it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
So when you look around the district, Southside High School is known for their auto technology program. They're ASE certified. It's a certification that you will find at professional garages. Liberty Tech with their culinary program. Of course, the Workforce Development Center there at JCM Early College High. They're getting taught welding, nursing, mechatronics. Madison is doing something a little different. You guys have, I know, the coding there at Madison, but also you all have a literary institute. Tell me about The Magnet. What is this?
So The Magnet is our literary arts magazine. We have this will be our third year producing The Magnet. The past 2 years have been amazing, but this year we definitely want to just make it even better. I am the logistics director, and I have about 6 more directors. So we have our main director, our technology director, our film director, and we have 2 co-art directors. But basically, it's a way to incorporate the talented individuals at Madison. If that's art, we have people do art pieces. Can I say this year's theme? Mm-hmm. This year's theme for The Magnet.
Wait a minute. Breaking news. Breaking news. The theme for the literary magazine at Madison Academic is
growth.
Cool.
So we'll have art pieces that represent growth and what the artist themselves thinks growth is to themselves. And then we'll have literary pieces from talented individuals that write those pieces. And then our film crew will also be doing productions of growth if they have their whole idea planned for that. And I think it's going to be something really amazing that people should definitely come out and support us on that. And then on the logistics side, I basically just control like promotion, how to promote our magnet, and this is a great way to do that right now. And then also how to fundraise, how to have enough money to print these magazines, and then our launch party, which will be held at the end of the year, where we show our film and we display the magnet for people to purchase.
Now, Ximena, question. You're involved in the literary magazine. You're involved in yearbook. You're class president.
Yes.
That's impressive. Okay, so we're visiting with Ximena Acosta. She's a senior at Madison Academic. Her teacher, Sara Billingsley, she teaches English, speech, and she oversees the yearbook. People may want to know, since you got Alumni Weekend coming up and you got your literary magazine, is there ad space in this magazine? And if someone wants to run an ad in the magazine, is that a possibility?
We've never had that, but that would be amazing. I know we do it for our yearbook. We get ads from different local companies, but that would be a great way.
I don't want to mess up the vibe of your magazine, but
that'd be something we could definitely look into, just to bring in more of the community as well, and to help afford the magnet.
Sure.
Well, we've been very fortunate that the magnet falls under Dr. Teresa McSweeney's Department of Innovation, and they are absolutely wonderful. And what a gift that is, that we get to kind of turn around and give back to the students, which the magnet is completely student-led.
Awesome.
Chris Clark and I oversee some, but so many times Chris and I find ourselves just standing in the room and listening to these, like I said, these incredible students who have so much to give back and to produce and to create. But yes, absolutely, we'll never turn down some
support. I'm going to ask a soccer question in a second, but first I need to remind people, Alumni Weekend at Madison Academic is coming up on October 28th. October 28th, the time is
1 to 6.
1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Yes. So they're celebrating the class of 04 all the way up to the current class of 2024. All right, let's talk some golf. Ximena, the girls soccer team has made state multiple times, really over the last 7 years. How's the year shaping out so far for Madison girls soccer?
So we've made it the past 2 years of my high school. My freshman year we didn't make it, but my sophomore and junior we did. And we've made it. This year we really want to get past first round. That's our ultimate goal. But I think we're shaping out to be a pretty good team. We have some great freshmen. Lola Greenway, she's currently or was up for Player of the Week on the Jackson Sun. So I think we have some great new talent that came in and has definitely built our team up. And I'm really excited to see closer up to sub-state, what that can look like for us.
You play your home games there on the Memphis Lambuth campus.
Yes.
So the community is welcome to check out the schedule and show up and support. We're visiting with Sara Billingsley. She teaches English, speech, and yearbook and is helping oversee Alumni Weekend at Madison Academic. Alumni Weekend, October 28th. October 28th. So write that date down. The community is invited to attend. When we get back, we'll tell you more about Madison Academic, a level 5 school, been a reward school for several years as well. Madison, one of the top 10 schools in the state of Tennessee. You're listening to the Jackson-Madison County Schools podcast for the district. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on JJ 97.7 FM.
I'm Jordan Taylor.
And I'm Alex Northcutt.
And we are the sports broadcasters on Sports 731 Network and JJ 97.7, bringing you the weekly Jackson-Madison County Schools Game of the Week.
Catch the JMCSS Game of the Week with live pregame coverage starting at 6:30.
Our coverage is sponsored in part by Elite Dental Care, Fast Pace Health, Jackson State Community College, Jerry Ward Autoplex, AJ Merriweather Construction, Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, Hot Chocolate All Over the World, Car Choice of Jackson, Blue Goose Countertop Designs, and Tennessee College of Applied Technology Jackson.
Eagles Nest Family Services, Northwest Tennessee Head Start, Early Head Start, Fayette County Radiator, Union University, Exit 87 Barbecue and Catering, the Prismian Group, Jackson-Madison County Health Department, Lonnie Cobb Ford, Patriot Equity Credit Union, and King Jeweler.
It's the Jackson Madison County Schools Game of the Week, each Friday night with live coverage beginning at 6:30 on sports731.com and JJ 97.7.
Hello, I'm Takaya, a star student at Arlington Elementary. You're watching For the District. Now back to the show.
Yeah.
Does anybody else want to do this intro, or are you going to make me do it?
No, you do it. Your juice sounds good.
You sure?
Yeah.
I'm. You want it? I mean, okay, here we go. Here's the last segment. We'll go about 5 minutes. Stand by in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to For the District, the JMCSS podcast on JJ 97.7 FM. This morning, we're visiting with members of Madison Academic Magnet High School. Sara Billingsley is the English, speech, and yearbook teacher at Madison Academic. We're also visiting with a pair of seniors, Ximena Acosta and Beth Myers. So thanks again for being here. Alumni Weekend coming up October 28th. Ximena, why should we show up?
Because I think it's going to be an amazing thing to go on. It's never been done before. Also, a lot of past Madison classes have never actually had a reunion.
Really?
So this is a time for them to come together and think about how high school was and how different Madison is now. But also just for the community to draw them in, why they should choose Madison in the future.
Sara, you teach there at Madison Academic. You're in your 11th year. Tell us about some of the events you all have planned for Alumni Weekend.
Yes, Alumni Weekend, like I said, October 28th from 1 to 6. We've got family-friendly events like Trunk or Treat and food trucks and student exhibits. We're going to have a student life fair to showcase all that Madison had to offer and currently still offers. And then we'll end the night, the Saturday evening, with alumni concerts. Izzy Arthurs and Ben Culling are coming back to do they are both graduated from Madison and have moved on to do bigger and amazing things. And so they're coming back to share their talent with us as we celebrate them too, being Madison alumni.
We know there are a lot of activities at Madison Academic for students to participate in that really allow them to prepare for college. A couple of months ago, I had the honor of meeting many of the students who participated in Governor School. Ms. Myers, you participated in Governor School. So, Beth, which Governor School did you attend, and what was the theme there?
Yes, I attended Governor School for the Arts. So that was about 3 weeks at the MTSU campus. We got to go into the Todd Art Building there. That's the art building at MTSU. And that's where we took our classes. I took sculpture, where I learned how to weld, which is an awesome opportunity, as well as photography, which did help me for yearbook as well. It was great to be around that environment with other people that shared the same passion of art.
We're visiting with Madison Academic Magnet High School students, Ximena Acosta and Beth Myers, along with teacher Sara Billingsley. Alumni Weekend at Madison Academic is coming up October 28th, and they're celebrating all the classes from 2004 to the current class, 2024. Sara, when you hear stories of students attending Governor School, and there's also a student on campuses who attended a Boys State, they do that in their junior year and they come back and get to share their experience with their peers. What has that been like, when you think back over your 11 years for students to have these experiences and then come back and share with the campus?
It enriches them so, just to have those experiences outside of the walls of Madison and get to experience and see glimpses of what the future could hold for them, and to come back on campus and share those with their classmates as well as their teachers is just such an enrichment to the overall just school day, to the school experience, I should say.
We're visiting with members of Madison Academic High School, teacher Sara Billingsley, and seniors Ximena Acosta and Beth Myers. So I know sports really big there at Madison. So is there a cheer that the Madison students do in particular that it is very specific to Madison that I might hear at a basketball game or a soccer game? Is there one maybe that comes to mind? And fun fact, Miss Doris is a former cheerleader, so any cheers that may come to mind when you guys think about the basketball and soccer?
Absolutely. Ximena?
Well, personally, like a soccer team, we do Madhouse, so we just like yell out whose house, Madhouse. And I know last season the boys soccer team kind of copied us just a little bit with something like that. But at the soccer game, at basketball games, I'm not sure. I mean, the cheerleaders obviously have their chants that everybody knows and says with them, but I can't. Miss Billingsley's a cheer coach, so maybe she can let you know some.
Well, the Madhouse, that's what we nickname, or that's Madison's name that we.
And so we need to be prepared to do this at Alumni Weekend, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So go ahead and teach us.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and teach us this very Madison cheer. We're standing by.
Okay. So someone will lead us off and say whose house. And the students and alumni will say
Madhouse.
All right.
Whose house? Madhouse.
Be ready. Be ready to do that. Last question. We're visiting with two seniors, Ximena and Beth. We're coming up on the halfway point soon of your senior year. Looking at a crystal ball of sorts, how do you want your senior year to cap off? I know, Ximena, for you want to make the state tournament again in girls soccer and go further. Beth, I know you had the honor of attending governor's school. I know there are other honors and opportunities that you want to complete before graduation, but I'll give you two the last word. Kind of let us know how you hope senior year shapes out. Ximena?
Well, definitely, like you said, make it to the state tournament. I also this year really want to make the state tournament for track and field for my 4x8 group. That's like my dream to do by my senior year. But also just enjoy it, enjoy my senior year. And I don't know, just looking forward to all the school events, Powder Puff and Alumni Weekend, and just enjoying it, really.
Beth?
Yeah, really what Ximena said. Graduation, that's huge. I'm looking forward to graduation and all the other lead-ups to graduation, stuff that you get to do your senior year.
Across the district, by the way, thank you for this segue, graduation rate up in Jackson, Madison County. We're thrilled about that, so that'll be a press release in the future. We've been visiting with Sara Billingsley. She teaches English, speech, and yearbook at Madison Academic, where, by the way, every class is an honors class. We also had the pleasure of visiting with Madam President, Ximena Acosta, and Governor School alum, Beth Myers. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you. Thank you so
You've
much
been
for having
listening to the JMCSS podcast for the district. Remember, you can catch this episode or previous episodes right now online. You can check it out on Spotify, Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, or wherever you check out your favorite podcast. We hope you enjoyed this episode. We hope you have a wonderful Sunday and an excellent week. We'll see you next time.